Well, good morning. What a beautiful morning. We've left our camp today and at downstream, the Army Corps here in Montana. And we're on our way to Glasgow, Montana, a little bit of Scotland. It's an interesting little town. It may have changed since some of the policies they had the first time. I'm going to be interested to see, and then I'll let you know what they were. So, yeah, so Glasgow apparently at one point had a SAC base here during, right?
Yeah, the Cold War.
The Cold War and Vietnam War. But anyway.
And this beautiful golden light.
Yeah, the light is just incredible this morning. All right, we'll see you there. So we are here in the town of Glasgow. It's interesting, and actually here's the Amtrak station right over here on the right. I don't know if we're going to go to that or not. We're going to get some breakfast here. But I just wanted to say is, like this town was formed in 1887. Historically, it was an area, I guess, that was just covered with buffalo. Anyway, it was formed in 1887 by the railroad, and the name Glasgow came because James Hill, who we've talked about, was in charge of the Great Northern and built the Empire Builder route, spun a globe and put his finger down, and there he was in Glasgow, Scotland, and that's how the name came. The interesting thing about the town, at least back in 2005, and I don't know if we'll see it, we kind of came in the back way. Yeah, look at this beautiful building here on the right. But they didn't allow any chains into the, that's it, probably.
Yeah.
Or restaurants.
Oh, they didn't allow any food chains?
Didn't allow any food chains or hotel chains. They might have had I don't know, they might have had an Ace Hardware or something. I don't know. I'm not saying that.
Western drug.
They did. Well, it's just a drugstore.
Yeah.
Western. I've never heard of that before.
No.
So. The town, started in 1887 and 1930 when they built the Peck Dam. They got a big boom. And then in 1944, they had an army base here, and they got prisoners of war. And then the SAC base came in that I was talking about after that, and with the B-52 bombers here. And the town doubled. And when the base left in the 60s, it slowly declined back to about the level it is now, 3,200 people, and it has stayed pretty consistent. And they were talking about, because of all the Army or the Air Force and stuff in here, that they had what they called Googie architecture. And I haven't really seen any of it yet. That restaurant we just passed, that's where we're going to eat. But it's kind of that, kind of Jetson. Remember the Jetsons? Kind of futuristic signage, art, space, and stuff like that. So, anyway, just thought I'd drive around a little. The town of Glasgow.
Find some. This tile.
Yeah.
It's just great. It's gorgeous.
Look at the tile on this building. The whole building is tiled, sort of almost iridescent, not quite, but that's cool. Okay, we're going to go back and park and get something to eat. All right. Yeah, so we ate here at this Oasis Casino Lounge. Poker and Eatery. It is excellent. And you walk in, there's a bar there.
Separate door.
But it was kind of cool. It was all filled with locals, interesting conversations. But despite that, it was really good. But we have two essentially ghost towns next, and hopefully we don't get trapped by a train. I almost did in 2009 between the two, but we'll see. All right. We're coming into Tampico, and essentially it's a ghost town. has kind of an interesting history because it is truly a railroad town. It was established as a pumping station. It would pump water from the Milk River so that it could feed into there's Robert's truck.
Did you bring his picture?
I did.
Oh. And for the steam locomotives.
Yeah, for the steam locomotives. Sorry. I have a photograph of a guy who lived here if he's still around. So anyway, yeah, all the buildings here were essentially for the railroad workers, and apparently there were several generations of them. And this is one of the areas I mentioned the other day about having beef jerky. Oh. And this is one of the areas. I may have a picture of the dog that I had to tame with, and he started doing tricks for me. It was a border collie, or anyway, this was actually a post office. And I do have some photographs inside it from when I was here before. And then all of a sudden, I hear this diesel truck coming up, and I was inside photographing. And I decided it was probably good to come walking out. And then that's when I met Robert. He was cool. I mean, you know, he wasn't like real upset or anything. Apparently what happened is that he and his, oh, wait a minute. I don't know how well you guys can see it, but there's the dry farming striped fields way out there. You can see the bright and then the dark. Anyway, that's what every other year they plant the other section. But yeah, so this is Tampico, Montana.
It's got an outhouse in the back.
Yeah. Possibly. But yeah, I may stop here and try to see if I can find Robert. There's a lot of trucks, but doesn't seem to be much activity. So it turns out that Robert, who I photographed here, has moved. Probably he's gotten older, whatever. Moved on to better facilities and stuff rather than living out here in the middle of nowhere. But we are headed now to Vandalia, which is another ghost town, and there's a couple buildings that we'll see here shortly. Okay, we are coming up to the town of Vandalia. It's another town where I met the guy that pretty much owns the place around here. It was founded in 1904 and by the railroad. And actually in 2005, my assistant and I took out this road out here. We had to go through a gate, sat on a little point over the Milk River and threw firecrackers for the 4th of July and drank beer. And then when I met the guy here, he told me, that's my land out there. So the guy I'm going to show you a photo of, I'm going to get out here, but I just want to show you. This building here at one point was the post office. And he told me he had lived in this building at one point. And then he had lived in the public school building, which has been the post office and may still be the post office. Up ahead is a 5,000 square foot log cabin, which was built by some rich friend of James Hill, and had a history of many stars and stuff of the early 1900s coming out here and spending time. So I'm just going to get out and boy, it is like super, super windy here. Great old school, 1912. Yeah, kind of surprised, you know, it is a new roof, but haven't fixed a lot of the other things. Yeah, so coming over here, the old fuel chief, sky chief, and diesel. And like I said, these used to, I guess this was the post office probably back when the school was operating as a school. But yeah, the guy said that he lived in there. Yeah, you can see just a bunch of junk inside the window there. I don't know if I want to go on that porch. Oh, wow, look at this. I didn't realize that this was a wagon. That's awesome. I didn't notice this was a wagon. Did you, Carol?
Yeah. It has a sign inside here. Antiques bought, sold, and traded.
See if I can get us something up close here. Yeah, you can't really see too much in there. It says antiques bought and sold. I'm not really sure what the deal is with that, but I can see the post office structure back in there. The window or some boxes or something. Okay. Whew. It is windy and it is cold. There is actually a dam on the Milk River out here, but we can't get to it because it's on, you have to go through the guy's private property. And he gave me some permission when I was here. I'll see if I have any photographs of that. And I also have a photograph of Amtrak traveling in the area west of here that we also can't access. And apparently my assistant and I did on private land. I mean, we could probably go out the road, but it dead ends. We came in from the west, and it dead ended into a field with cattle in it, but it had a gate, and we could see a gate at the other end, and the road continued. So we opened one gate, went through, and drove through the pasture, and then up and out into the other side, and went out the gate, and then came up out over here behind the farm. You can maybe see the black line of the railroad here, but we are way in the hills off back behind this barn. All right, I'm getting in. I'm freezing my butt off. Whew. It's like it's
not right for a little while.
Yeah, so we're still in Vandalia, and we're driving up towards the 5,000 square foot log cabin. From here, it doesn't look like a log cabin. We're not going to get that close to it. There's the great old cars, a couple great old cars. We also saw, I don't know if the camera came on in time, but there was this huge tractor that was just sitting there and obviously idle for quite a while. And that's the house back there.
More old cars.
Yeah, and there's like 3 old cars, including, I think that's a Ford. Looks like the 50s Ford my dad had back there.
The mailbox on the cart here.
Yeah. So, that's Vandalia, Montana. All right. So, we are now coming into the town of Hinsdale. What a gorgeous view off to the left here. This town is fairly small, about 215 people, although my gosh, that's a huge whatever it is straight ahead. I know it did have a restaurant at one point because I ate here in 2009. And probably that building, green building, but look at the Rainbow Bar. And I will bet dimes to donuts that was the bank at one point. Although
something Valley Town
Bank, Valley County Bank.
This is First National.
And this was First National. Boy, they must have been big enough at one point that they had 2 banks
across from each other.
Right across from each other. Which that's the restaurant I ate in.
Cafe.
I met the waitress and the manager. It was interesting though. The manager sat there and talked to me my entire lunch, and I was going like, "Gosh, don't you have something to do?" And she says, "Oh, she could do it." This is the school here. They got a post office in 1891, and the town was moved here by was the postmaster moved it here?
Oh, it doesn't say that he moved it here.
Or the station manager.
Yeah,
Yeah, because the old Hinsdale was about a mile from here. That was a 6-shooter Bob?
Yep, 6-shooter Bob.
6-shooter Bob. So yeah, there's not a whole lot of reason to get out here. So where am I going, dear?
Yes. Yeah.
We've got a Conestoga wagon in right here. Look at this.
How tiny it is.
And every time I see one of those, it's like you go, oh God, how did they get their stuff in there? And maybe there were bigger ones, but I know Oh yeah, that's one of the things I thought was always funny about this town.
The steeple sitting in the...
Yeah, the steeple. I mean, this steeple has been sitting here, I think, since 2005. So I don't know if it got blown off in a tornado or what the deal is, but it's got the bell in it and everything. The topless church. Okay, we're on to our next town. So we are entering the town of Saco, or Saco. And yeah, all we know is it's 159 people. And, oh, here it is.
Yeah.
The schoolhouse. They're supposed to have had a museum in here, but here you go. The restored Chet Huntley School. So apparently this one-room schoolhouse, the Chet Huntley from Huntley Brinkley News, if you remember that. I don't know why it's saying Huntley School. Maybe they're just playing up the Chet Huntley connection or something. I think Saco might be the town that had a lot of it out
On the road?
Yeah. Just remember, they've got this old... Now see...
Oh, yes, the storefront.
That would have been, what was it? Gaga?
Googie?
Googie architecture.
Oh, the motel sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's that Googie architecture that we were talking about. But yeah. I'd forgotten about it. All of a sudden it just dawned on me that Saco's business area is right along this kind of frontage road. And I bet this was the bank. I don't know if we're going to have any indication as to whether I'm right or wrong. Oh, it says hotel. I see something hotel underneath the awning there. Something hotel. So, yeah.
1914 GW Steel.
GW Steel.
It's the library.
And there's the post office, right?
Look at this dragon.
Oh.
What the heck? I gotta get a picture of that.
Oh, Carol wants to get a picture of it. All right. We're going to be off to our next town. Is that the train station? Wow.
Yeah, it's got an Amtrak station.
Yeah, we are in Malta, and I saw this old station, and facetiously I said, is that the Amtrak station?
And it is.
It is. I'm going to go up there and check it out, and then we'll talk a little bit about Malta. It's an interesting little town. And it's
Train tracks.
and very bumpy. All right, I can sort of talk anyway now. We got a bench here. The ticket counter doesn't look like it's operational. Oh, finally, it's a little quieter in here. Loitering is prohibited. Sheriff rolling movie. This is a great sign. So I guess if you're homeless and you're cold or hot or whatever, you're not welcome. Sheriff will come and take you away. But looks like the water fountain's even out of commission here. All right. Well, you got to see Amtrak. You got to see a train. And I think this is the downtown of Malta right over here. If I can figure out how to get over there. Yeah, we're still in the town of Malta. And I stopped for gas and then I saw the park here. They have a park, city park campground for travelers. So we just thought we'd check it out. We obviously don't need it. It's the morning. But I saw this and I had to stop. Looks kind of cool. This is Welcome to Trafton Trail. And it looks, no, I was going to say rail bridge because I saw the tops of these girders. But yeah, look at this great old bridge. So the river down there, I'm not sure if that's the Milk River or not. But then they show this trail going along here. So, not sure. There's a gate thing down there. Raw sewage, force main. Oh, cool. Oh, looks like the trail goes down that way, maybe. Oh, nice little playground equipment. What do they call those? Suicide merry-go-rounds or something? Yeah. So yeah, that's the trail. If it's closed, there is a trail closed sign on that. All right, walk back to the truck, drive through the campground here. Pretty area, pretty area. All right, they're saying this is Trafton Park.
It's the city park in Malta.
Yeah, it's a city park in Malta. It's supposed to be the camping area. Okay, so it doesn't have electric. It doesn't look like. Oh, no, just there's a water faucet there. Yeah, there's more spots back here. I'm just seeing if there's any electric spots. You know, it's not clear. It doesn't say you can't camp, but I didn't really see any signs saying it's camping. Did you, Carol?
Yeah. When you came in, what looked like one of those little free libraries was actually pay camping fees here with a little box and stuff inside of it.
All right. We have a rodeo rink right across the way from the camping park.
Soccer field and
baseball field. So they do have restrooms. Okay, that's the Malta Park, City Park, Trafton Park. Welcome to Malta. Yeah, the town here actually just came about. There was a railway siding here. Was it 54 or something?
Yeah,
like
number
that?
54.
And
The Palace Theater on the right.
yeah, and a hotel casino. You know, you'll see this a lot in these Montana towns. Great theater here on the right, the Palace Theater. I have some pictures of that. But yeah, I had got a post office in 1890, and it was another one of those towns where they spun the globe and ended up with, yeah, this is cool too, the villa.
Yeah, it's got your first run movies.
Yeah.
Coffee shop.
So I think it was here in this town. Yeah, a great building there. I'm going to turn around anyway. I think I was photographing right around here. Now, this building is all brand new. And so this is kind of a main street. And, you know, I think there were apartments there, but that's just a new facade. They were just these white apartments. And I was standing on the corner here photographing across the street at them. And all of a sudden I look up and I've got cars stopped both ways so they wouldn't get in my picture. I had to wave them on.
They were being so nice.
They were being so nice. It was a crack up. I mean, it was like I'd never seen that before. It's one of the things that made me fall in love with kind of the Midwest, this, you know, the whole upper Midwest. And then the next year we did the California Zephyr, which we're doing after this, you know, which is more the central part of the Midwest. And yeah. Ate in a restaurant here. Gosh, it's just treated like gold inside. Oh yeah, as I drive out of town here, I'll just mention that Kid Curry. Who was he with?
He was one of Butch Cassidy's Wild Bunch.
Yeah, that's it. I was gonna say Jesse James, but no, Butch Cassidy. Anyway, Kid Curry robbed the train just a couple miles from here. 1801, I think it was, and got away with $40,000, which that's a lot of freaking money back in 1901. Okay, we'll see you in our next town.